So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
First play, Mahomes looking to throw it.
And the Raiders have got it.
Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
And so much for that great field position to start the game. Now they're way behind the sticks. Can't wait to see what their second down call is going to look like now.
A situation they'll certainly want to avoid going forward. An early 2nd and long they're facing. Now here's Mahomes. Over the middle, he's got the hook up to Whittington. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and they'll be facing a 3rd and 12.
I know some guys that love to start the year off with a deep shot downfield, trying to begin things with a home run ball. That might be the more exciting option, but I think that this was the smarter play.
3 and out, a real danger here on their opening drive as they come up on a 3rd and 12. Throwing now is Mahomes. And that will be incomplete.
That was their first 3rd down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key 3rd down throws.
And it's taken in at the 9. 21 yards. Well done on the return.
And it'll be Raiders football, 1st and 10. First carry of the game for Zamir White. And he works his way forward to pick up 4 yards there. 2nd down.
Well, at the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to huddle and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
He finds his man, complete. That's Lloyd. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. Give them 12 yards that time, and a Las Vegas first.
One down, only about 500 more to go this season. He would certainly welcome most of his passes this year going as well as that. Now that the first one is over, time to settle into a groove and begin the long jerk.
Taking it right down Broadway. And he will score. Touchdown, Las Vegas. A big play there. 54 yards. And the Raiders are on the board here first in the season opener. Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. And we will not have a return. They'll bring this to the 30. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. They were forced to punt on their initial drive of the new season. Now they're ready to go as they begin again with a 1st and 10. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A quick first down pickup. Good start after going 3 and out on their opening drive.
Coming in, he really liked his chance of having a big year based on a terrific offseason. And runs like that on opening weekend show that he's right.
Working from the gun, Mahomes. And that's going to be incomplete. Now a 2nd and 10. Now Mahomes. Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
And the Raiders will have solid field position here as they take over at their 45-yard line. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They'll start following the interception in great field position at the 45. Here's Penix. And this is incomplete. Very lucky to get that one back. That nearly picked. It's second down now.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
White, he'll try the left side. 5 yards, now it's 3rd and 5.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Now on 3rd down, an extra DB out there for the Chiefs. And looking to throw, Penix. Wow, that is incomplete.
And this is what you want to see from a defense. Give up an opening drive touchdown, that's fine. But how about them going back out there, recommitting themselves to the task at hand, and forcing a 3-and-out and giving the ball back to their offense?
And the punter Bailey on now as he sends this one away.
And now where will the side judge stop his walk? That's the question. He says it crossed out of bounds at about the 17-yard line. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a 1st down now. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost getting into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
Here's Mahomes to throw. And down he goes, brought down a Raiders sack.
Max Crosby blowing up the play and getting the sack.
This is what you've got to do against a quarterback like him. You've got to keep him in the pocket and not let him get to the perimeter because once he gets outside, that's where he can really hurt you.
After the sack, things get a little tougher here. 3rd and long for Mahomes and the Chiefs. He'll drop to throw.
And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
On 4th down, Matt Araiza is sent on to punt. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. It's taken to the 26. They'll call that a 61-yard punt. He got all of that one. And the Raiders will take over now 1st and 10.
The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive.
They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10. And this is thrown to the sideline. No receiver in the area, though, and that's going to bring out a flag. They lose the yardage, and, of course, they also lose the down on the grounding call, and it's quickly 2nd and long.
Looking to throw, Penix.
He's got his man. It's White. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds.
They'll come up facing 3rd and 5. Now Penix.
And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
I'll tell you what, these last couple of drives, much better from a defensive perspective. They gave up a touchdown on the opening drive, and then after forcing a punt on their last possession, it looks like they're going to get the football back again.
Oh, it's a wobbler here. Officially, that'll be marked down as just a 28-yard punt. And it's Chiefs football, 1st and 10. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. Still in the first half, but this offense has struggled. Haven't really been able to get anything going, not only in the points category, but in the yards category. We'll see if they can do better here on this drive. Andrew Van Ginkel there on the stop. From the 43, here's a 2nd and 8. Mahomes going to throw. He completes it right side away. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Give him 13 yards there and a Kansas City first down.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons, weapons everywhere. And they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people. But you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well. And that's what they just did on that play.
Tackled there by Jordan Battle.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
That's caught. It's Xavier Worthy.
And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 14. 25 yards there on the catch and run.
A first red zone opportunity the new year here as they come up now 1st and 10.
Another nice play there. They've gotten down into the red zone in no time at all. That's what this offense can do when they get on a roll. And now they're set up for the 1st and 10.
And the Chiefs are going to be set up with a 1st and goal as good running gets them down to about the 4-yard line. A chance for their first points of the season here as it's 1st and goal. White.
And he'll get it down close to the goal line, but not quite in. It'll be a 3-yard pickup, and it brings up 2nd and goal.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature and make sure you don't get hurt.
A 2nd down play results in a loss of 2 yards.
And now 3rd and goal coming up, the loss on 2nd down. That just means this crowd's going to get even louder, and they'll get a little bit of extra help from the defenders as they exhort them to join them in the effort.
Hammering for the goal line. He loses the football, and he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Harrison Butker is on for the extra point. And he starts his new year off on the right foot as well, as this kick is good. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. Oh, good-looking return set up here. The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. And I would say they went 3 and out last time, but actually they didn't even get to 3 and out. Still a strange decision to us here in the booth.
Yeah, let's hope they don't go 1 and out, but maybe, possible. Let's try and think with them here. Try and play field position maybe, turn the ball over, put it in the hands of their defense. Who knows?
You're a nice man.
2nd and 10. To the air, Penix. He'll get that out to the flat to White. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Give them 12 yards that time and a Las Vegas first.
And a nice gain and a broken tackle along the way. And really, we shouldn't be surprised, shouldn't we? That's what runners do, especially the best ones. They break tackles and gain extra yardage.
First down, here's White. And they'll get this just to the 47. 1-yard gain.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough at run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
That's caught left side by Hardman. And he'll be brought down with a first down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 40. 14 yards is the pickup there at a Raider first.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
And he's going to get this inside the 30. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
But they certainly made a point of getting him involved in the passing game here in the first half. They must have seen something in the scouting that said, hey, we can capitalize on him getting the ball, possibly in the open field. And I think in the second half, that may loosen up the defense a little bit to get the running game going back inside.
A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
They'll throw with Penix. That's complete. Left side to Bateman.
And so close, he gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there. First catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the first.
White will cross the line. He's in. Touchdown, Raiders.
They go high formation. Fullback leads the way for the touchdown. Sort of a lost art, isn't it?
It really is, but sometimes when you're able to bring it back and use it against other teams, they're not prepared for it. They haven't seen it in a while, and now you gain an advantage, and we just saw that advantage result in a touchdown.
Fairbairn good with the extra point, and that makes the score 14-7. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown.
And not willing to risk a return. This ball's going to come out to the 30-yard line.
The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. They trail a one-score deficit, 14-7, as they come up 1st and 10. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. What I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
Line of scrimmage, the 24. This is 2nd and 6.
On play action, it's Mahomes.
And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to 3rd down.
And partner, to me, that one was all about timing. If he's there too early, it's going to be a pass interference call. If he's too late, it's a completed pass. He was Johnny on the spot on that one.
Well, Mahomes can't get away, and down he goes. He could not get away that time, and it'll be a loss of 11 on 3rd down. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. This is taken at about the 14.
And he'll take a shot at the end of that one, and they'll begin right there.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started.
A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that.
That's caught at the 25.
And he will score. Touchdown, Las Vegas.
Nicole Hardman, 78 yards.
And the Raiders are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And it's now 21-7. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown.
And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard line.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive.
These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
They fake the give. Now Mahomes. And he'll be hit as he releases it. And that throw incomplete.
This defense has passed its first 2 tests by forcing back-to-back incompletions. They know there's probably another throw coming on 3rd down. Let's see if they decide to force the issue by sending people on a blitz.
Oh, everything falling apart now. Another one intercepted. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line.
And I think this is a situation where quarterback coach on the sideline is going to talk to a signal caller and say, listen, it's 3rd and long and it's still early in the game. Let's not force things here. If we don't feel good about it, let's just check something down and pump the football.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Going right side is White. And he finds a little bit of room, enough for 4 yards. It'll be 2nd down.
But they certainly got dented with that 1st down run. So now they've got to be back on their heels a little bit as a defense.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Now a 2nd and 6. Up the middle they go. Lloyd, 2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead him to 3rd down. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Trying to get that one to his tight end, and they've been trying to get the ball to him, but as of yet, unable to successfully complete one. But you know there's usually a nice comfort zone in throwing to the tight end. Great sight lines, usually right in the middle of the field.
Well, they already had the early lead, and they get the interception, Charles, and now they add 3 more with the field goal.
Yeah, they're in control of how this game is playing out so far. You mentioned the early lead. Now they're expanding on it, getting plays on both sides of the ball. A winning recipe if they can keep this up.
The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive.
And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, and this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp, and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Nothing open downfield. He had to get that one out in a hurry because he just knew he was about to take a big shot. Probably couldn't get his legs into the throw. Became an all-arm throw trying to check it down to his running back. Incomplete.
And they'll send the tight end in motion. To throw, it's Mahomes. Forced out to his left. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the 1st down. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
1st and 10 here. You know, if they could just get 3 out of this, there's something about narrowing it to a 2-score game at half that makes it feel like much less of an obstacle.
From the gun, it's Mahomes. He finds his man, complete. That's Harper. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. 12 more yards there and another 1st down. Mahomes now to throw.
Got a man over the middle, Worthy.
And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30.
A gain of 15. First down, Chiefs.
Looking to throw is Mahomes. That's going to be caught. And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. A great effort there. 32 yards.
And the Chiefs get a late score here in the final minute of the first half. Extra point by Butker is on target.
And the lead down to 10, 24-14. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away.
And no run back forthcoming, so this will come out to the 30. The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. And with a two-score lead already, they may just look to get this thing to the locker room.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. And he just gets rid of it, throws it away. A wise move there, looked like nobody open, now second down.
And I can see the officials kind of looking at each other down there, silently wondering, does this meet the level of grounding? Fortunately, he did have a receiver in the area, but I have seen less obvious throwaways called as penalties.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. They'll look to throw now on first down.
Short throw caught by Bowers.
And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
First down at the 45-yard line.
To throw again is Penix. Lets one go downfield for Pierce.
And that's going to be caught for a Raider touchdown.
Alec Pierce
In the final seconds of the first half.
And the Raiders are looking good here in the season opener as they're able to extend their lead.
Fairbairn good with the extra point. And that'll make this a three-score game now. The lead moves to 17.
So time enough for a kickoff here. 5 seconds remaining in this first half. And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback. And we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line.
Final shot before the half from Mahomes. He's got a man complete. Yeah, he will go out right near the 35-yard line. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half.
And no return forthcoming. It'll be a touchback. And the third quarter will start from the 30. The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. And they've got the lead, CD. What do you expect from them in this second half?
Well, I liked what they were able to do on the ground in the first half because they had a lot of success running the ball, and I certainly think we'll see more of that. But I'd keep an eye on that defense, and I think their coaches up in the box will do the exact same thing. If they start to see 1 or 2 guys start to creep towards the line of scrimmage, that'll be license to take some shots downfield.
2nd and 6. Play fake, and they'll throw with Penix. That's into the hands of his tight end, Bowers.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down. White running to the left. And he'll be brought down right on the 50. A gain of 3. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Ball right on the 50-yard line. Here's a 2nd and 7.
They keep it on the ground. White again. They're still about 3 yards shy of a first as the 4-yard pickup brings it to 3rd down.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
And that is incomplete. But the pressure there on 3rd down, forcing the errant pass. 4th down coming up.
Well, that's a good piece of quarterbacking right there because he certainly felt the pressure coming. The alternative, getting sacked for the first time. He didn't like that option at all. Did a nice job saving yardage by throwing that one away.
On the bootleg, it's Penix. He finds Bateman over the middle.
And now this is going to be close. The defense stopped him, and they did. The Raiders trying on 4th down, but to no avail. And the Chiefs' defense comes up with a stop. The Chiefs' offense about set to begin this drive.
And you have to think, Charles, down 3 scores already. They need to play an almost perfect second half to have a solid chance.
And that absolutely starts with finding some way to put together a touchdown drive here. They need to be smart, fast, efficient, get the ball to the end zone, and do it again multiple times in order to have a chance to win this game.
Now a give up the middle. This is White. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming.
But these guys going to chop into that deficit, they're going to have to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
Now Mahomes.
That is caught. And he will have a Chiefs first down as he'll be marked down a yard or 2 past the marker following a gain of 6.
First down, Kansas City.
They run straight ahead here with White. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
Now here's Mahomes. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. And now on 3rd down, they'll need to get it to the 36 to pick up the first. Throwing now is Mahomes.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he will have a Chiefs first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Mahomes taps this forward. It's a jet sweep. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets it down to the 30 there. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down. Here's Mahomes to throw.
That one taken in by Whittington.
Calling a gain of 3 on the play. And they're going to face a 3rd down. He's been quiet today in the passing game, just his 2nd catch.
And people have to come up with schemes to limit him. And what a lot of teams do They'll double him, use a linebacker underneath, a safety over the top. Sometimes they'll just take a corner, maybe their third corner if he's a bigger guy, and put him on a man-to-man to try and limit his touches. Just keep mixing it up, give him different angles, different looks, like a good boxer does.
Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
But with the score where it is, you're not thinking field goals right now. You need touchdowns. So that was a much-needed conversion there on third down.
Mahomes going to throw. And Mahomes misfires again, and it's intercepted. Andrew Booth picks it off. And the Raiders are going to get it back here just past the 35.
Brandon, this is a veteran quarterback back there. He should know better than to make a throw like this. This is definitely not his best ball. And I think he knew this was trouble the second it was leaving his hand.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the third quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
Finding Hardman here over the middle. Now inside the 25. McCole Hardman. And he will score. Touchdown, Las Vegas. McCole Hardman. Already his second touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Raiders will add on to their lead here in the final minute of the third. Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And the lead is now 24. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. And we will not have a return. They'll bring this to the 30. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
From the 34-yard line, here's a 2nd down and 6. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. The Sanders has got it complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 5th catch of the afternoon, and that gives him a first down. And that's going to do it. Clock hits zeros. They're not going to get another playoff. Time has run out on this third quarter. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Working from the gun, Mahomes. He's going to look deep down the field. And it's intercepted at the goal line. And the Raiders are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. But here in the fourth quarter, defensively, you know that you're just going to blanket the field with defensive backs and say, okay, take your best shot. And that time, it's intercepted.
And we've often seen teams go into the prevent early, way too early. And sometimes they get too soft in their coverages, but not in this case. They understood the situation and played it with the proper aggression.
Excellent job pushing through tacklers that time to pick up 6. I think we can get used to seeing more of that in this fourth quarter, especially if they're having success on the ground like they did there.
Yeah, I think back when we met with the head coach in preseason, and all he talked about was building a bully. And I think it was this situation he was envisioning. Trying to ice a game, plenty of time left for being able to give the ball to his big runner and pound away and try and finish off a game.
Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a third down.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
On third down, Penix from the gun. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Well, I think he's as fine with that incompletion as a quarterback can be, in all honesty. He avoided his first sack of the game, and he did have a chance of connecting for yardage, just unable to on that throw.
And here's a very low-line drive, almost whiffed on it. Only 29 yards on the punt there. Definitely not his best. And the Chiefs will have excellent field position here as they take over. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And oh my goodness, here's a fifth interception. Andrew Booth picks it off. And the Raiders will take over possession here up at the 44. I think you and I were a little surprised back earlier in the game when he threw a second interception. I mean, who would have thought a quarterback of his caliber picked now 5 times?
It's beyond stunning to me because we're used to that with maybe a quarterback with less experience or less talent. But a quarterback of his caliber, I can't believe what we've just seen.
Absolutely. If you would have told me this coming into the ball game, I would have said never, not in a million years. But here we go. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the fourth quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
Well, fourth quarter with a 3-score lead here, Charles, but they're still going back to the air and looking for more points.
Well, with this game well in hand, it's an opportunity for the guys to come off the bench and get a chance to play. And a lot of coaches, they want to run their full playbook no matter who's on the field.
He's going to fire this thing deep right sideline. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Partner, you and I have struggled with this for years. You've got the lead. Just take care of the football and burn some of that clock. But there's something to be said for not taking your foot off the gas as well, because you can never have too big of a cushion. That one, though, falls incomplete.
The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game. But this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complementary football. Because them doing that puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it? Gives them a chance. If they want to be aggressive, try and maybe get a safety out of this whole thing, it puts them in that position.
That's caught right side by Worthy. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. From all the way up at the 38 now after a good start to the drive. He'll look to throw. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
Even with such a big lead late, the effort hasn't lapsed one bit. If the offense wants to score some points in this one, they're going to have to earn it. These guys are not giving up anything.
To throw again on 2nd down. Mahomes. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. And he will have a Chiefs first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. Going up top. And my goodness, another interception. And the Raiders are going to get this back to their own 34-yard line. What a nightmarish game he's having now. 6 interceptions that he has thrown.
Absolutely unbelievable, isn't it? Hard to believe we're watching this and have seen it. But it just tells you about the game of football. It giveth and it taketh away.
Yeah, the guys, though, that have thrown 6 interceptions in a game, the likes of Peyton Manning, Brett Favre, I think Joe Namath, he did it 3 times.
1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
They go right back to White here on 1st down. Oh, a nifty juke there.
Not much fun for a guy trying to tackle him.
And a solid run here as he'll pick his way down to the 42-yard line. 61 yards rushing for him in the ball game now on 14 carries.
1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
They stay on the ground with White. And very little there. He might have gotten a yard. Yeah, I think he got a yard to the 41.
That felt like a trap because it looked to me like the opposing front was on that play from the get-go. They had everyone crashing the ball carrier before he even made the line, and they hold him to just a yard.
On the give, it's White. And he'll take this one down to about the 40.
Like any team, they would have loved to have had more yards on that run, but it looks like they just want to get to the 2-minute warning and see what they want to do after that.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. If they want a first, they need to get the football to the 32 here on 3rd down.
Looking to throw, Penix. He's got his target. That's complete.
And he'll be brought down with a 1st down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 26. 14 yards is the pickup there at a Raider first.
Altogether, a pretty shaky start to the year for this defense as they defend another 1st and 10.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Brings up 2nd and 12 at the Chiefs' 28-yard line.
They'll go up the middle with White. And the Chiefs D closes in on him again, and they drop him behind the line. 3rd down, now even tougher. 3rd and 13 after that loss of a yard.
3rd and 13.
Well, this was not just the opener of a brand new season, but this was a division game here in Week 1.